Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here. I remember, friends, when I was a kid, I used to collect stamps. I may look at the same stamps hundreds of times, but with mild variations of the same thought, and I never got tired. It was always exciting. And then the thought of trading the duplicate stamps for something new and better was even more exciting. And I'm experiencing something similar again, and this time it is with Bluebird Bio and CRISPR Therapeutics. I don't know about you, but indulge me as I go through another round of evaluating the relative merits and potential outcomes. But before we proceed, please hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so, because more than half of our viewers are not subscribers, and that confounds me because when I look at the YouTube stats, it says that almost 55% of our viewers are not subscribers. So it's absolutely free. Why not? Just press the subscribe button and let's get going. That said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. On average, analysts give Bluebird a buy rating. The average price target is around $6.80, which means analysts expect the stock to raise almost 102% over the next 12 months on an average. And Bluebird's lower cell is an investigational one-time treatment designed to add functional copies of a modified form of beta-globin gene into a patient's own hematopoietic stem cells. In September last year, the company Skysona gene therapy was granted FDA accelerated approval to slow down the progression of neurologic dysfunction in certain patients with cerebral adrenoleukodystrophy or CALD as they call it, and its Zynteglo gene therapy was approved by the regulator the previous month to treat beta thalassemia. So there's a whole lot of things that have happened already in Bluebird and also waiting to happen in the very near future. The FDA agency has set a Prescription Drug User Fee Act or PDUFA goal date of December 20, 2023. And on June 8, Vertex and his partner CRISPR made history by securing the first CRISPR gene editing filings to be accepted for review by the FDA. The regulator will assess the CRISPR-Cas9 therapy in two indications. For sickle cell disease, that is SCD, the FDA has granted priority review status and an approval decision date of December 8, with a standard review for transfusion-dependent beta thalassemia or TDT, which will be concluded on March 30th, 2024. So Vertex has doubled down on its gene therapy strategy, paying $100 million upfront to CRISPR in March to use the company's gene editing technology to develop new hypoimmune cell therapies for type 1 diabetes. The phase 1 clinical trial investigating safety and tolerability of VCTX210 for the treatment of type 1 diabetes, which is the first generational allogenic gene-edited stem cell-derived product candidate, has completed dosing. That's the news that we have for that. And then the VCTX210 trial was designed to demonstrate the safety of implanting devices containing the stem cell derived cells into patients. Also in works are VCTX211 and a few variants to target T1D as well as T2D. We have affordability pricing pegged around $2 million for sickle cell disease and TDT, whereas for type 1 diabetes, I have a whole different set of statistics. 1.45 million people in the US have type 1 diabetes with a life expectancy of around 65 to 72 years and are spending $2,500 per year just on insulin. There are other costs also that are harder to quantify. This will involve pathological tests that have to be done on an ongoing basis, blood sugar monitoring that has to happen on an ongoing basis, and then diabetes-related secondary problems like poor vision, a weaker heart, and other issues that diabetes spawns, they're all not calculated. So when you add all of them together, that's a significant cost, not only in terms of cost of managing those conditions and the pertinent additional conditions that they spawn, but also the opportunity cost of the individual in contributing to society in terms of productivity due to lost work days. As per CDC, $1 out of every $4 in US healthcare cost is spent on caring for people with diabetes. $237 billion is spent each year on direct medical costs and another $90 billion on reduced productivity. 61% of diabetes costs are for adults aged 65 or older, which is mainly paid by Medicare. Successful VCTX 210 and 211 can be a big revenue driver for CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex. Then we look at the calendar. Right now, we are almost in the last week of June. That leaves us with another 5 months, after which we will get the FDA approval for Exacel and Lovocel. The 12-month target for Bluebird from the analyst is $6.80 or $6.90, somewhere in that region. And right now, Bluebird is at $3.30. So that is roughly 100% gain in store in 5 to 6 months. The 12-month target for CRISPR Therapeutics is $75. Right now, we are at 55.7. That gives us roughly around 35 to 40% gain potential in the next 5 to 6 months. The spoiler is likely to be the market sentiment driven by interest rate hikes. I plan to hold both the shares for 5 years, and I have invested only a small amount. I have 100 shares of CRISPR, which I bought recently, and 600 shares of Bluebird, which I bought recently. Unfortunately, price of both shares have fallen exactly after I bought them yesterday. So the question in my mind is, how much closer to December will these two shares pick up? While in case of Blue, it is comforting to note that its upside potential of 100% gain is way more than the downward risk, as the share is already at $3.30. And I do not think Bluebird will go down to zero. So I'm pretty comfortable with my investment in Bluebird Bio. However, CRISPR Therapeutics has a higher risk of falling more than its gains before December, and may need me to manage my impulses and expectations. However, its strong balance sheet and alliances, as well as broad pipeline, is very alluring. And also the subsequent VCTX 210, 211, 212, and 213, all of them are absolutely appetizing. So that keeps me going. So what do you guys think? I would like to have your feedback in the comment section. Let us have a dialogue. Give me an insight into your portfolio. Do you have CRISPR and Bluebird in your portfolio? What price did you buy it at? And what are your thoughts? What's going to happen? When is the price going to go up and meet its target? So I'd like to hear from you guys. And also let me know if you haven't bought, if you plan to buy anytime soon. So that's all from me for now. And before I go, I'd once again request you to subscribe. And friends, I'm also thinking of switching on the membership feature, because we are approaching 4,000. As soon as we touch 4,000, I'm planning to open up the membership. So if you have any thoughts on that, please put it in the comments, and it will be very helpful insight for me on how you guys think. With that said, I would like to bring this video to an end. I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.